Hey, Bruce Naylor here, the Frugal Tech. I always enjoy doing these Q&A videos. It's a great way to communicate with you, and I don't always have the time or the ability to, go into the comment section and to reply to all your questions. So what I try to do is take, 3 or 4 questions a week and turn it into a video, or at least try to do it once a week. Anyway, let's get into the video. The first question comes from J. Dave Foster. And this is in response to the video we did about the HP OfficeJet, the 8720. And he writes, remember when we promised computers would give us the paperless office? Yes, I do. Did it happen? No, it did not. In fact, I'm drowning in a sea of paper. I still get lots of mail. I still get lots of documents that get faxed to me, especially for signature. For whatever reason, I still have a mountain of paper. So, yeah, that didn't really happen. It's probably better than what it used to be, but it's still there. Now, the next question comes from jstein _12. And this is in response to a video made about the future of Windows, specifically more or less Microsoft moving to a container method to deliver applications, maybe even a containerized operating system. And I'm responding to this question because I actually had several people go, well, that's just sandboxing. Well, there is a difference between sandboxing and containers. Sandboxing is a way, a security method of kind of, bringing files in and so forth to be looked at in this kind of little isolated little box, thus the term sandboxing. However, if everything looks fine, those files are immediately passed on to the operating system, network, and out they go. And that's not as secure as it used to be. So a container is a much more sophisticated security model. They don't trust anything. Everything is bad in a container. So nothing will get passed on to the rest of the system network unless there's some type of secure bridge in place in order to, and then the system administrator or whatever would prove this stuff coming through from the container. A lot more rules, a lot more secure, a lot more robust. It is true they both share a lot of similarities, but there are some really massive differences between the two. Thanks so much for your question. Okay, so the next question comes from Sid Cannon, and this is in response to the video I made about money and YouTube and all that. He wants to know if I have a UK affiliate link. I do not, and actually that did not even dawn on me, Sid, to set one up. So apparently it's a different process for the UK Amazon store. I'm going to get that done because I do realize a large number of my viewers are actually in the UK. It just didn't dawn on me to do that. But thanks for pointing that out, and that is something I'm going to get done. The next question comes from Kevin Bragdon, who writes, "Why not start a Patreon account? People do pay $1 or $2 a month." This is again in response to my YouTube video about money. Kevin, first off, just to be clear, this is a hobby for me. I have no intention in making a full-time living off of it. I am seeking to make a little bit of money off my Amazon affiliate link to purchase some products for review, but that's as far as it's going to go. I actually make a pretty good living with my company, so I'm just not looking to do this for a living. At this point in my life, I don't think being a full-time YouTuber or content creator would be a career for me. All right? Thanks for asking that question. Okay, the next question comes from Jan Granstrom. Now, I think English is not Jan's primary language, but so I'm just going to paraphrase this. Jan wants to know why, and this is a response to a video I did about 25% of Windows users moving to Mac. Why people don't say how they really feel about Apple. He basically felt that in my video, I didn't want to say anything too harsh about Apple, but why not? Why do I not want to be harsh with Apple? And Jan feels that Apple is robbing people's money. Companies don't have feelings, so go ahead. The people need to hear that they're being robbed by Apple. Don't hold back. Tell us how you really feel there, Jan. Okay, so I give your question a lot of thought, and I'll kind of bottom line it for you this way. It is not up for me to judge as a content creator whether or not a purchase that somebody made was a good purchase or a bad purchase. They bought what they wanted, they spent their money on it, and I'm not going to question their motivations for doing so. I do believe some of them are suspect, and I do believe there are people that buy luxury products just for the sake of having it, because they can afford it, more or less. I think there's others that have a genuine need for an Apple product. They're content creators. They're doing things with those Macs that they believe Macs can do for them very, very well. Maybe better than something on Windows. So there's a whole plethora of reasons, and I don't get into creating videos that saying that, this was a dumb purchase and you're being robbed blind by Apple. Value is in the eye of the beholder. And if you buy that product, if you buy a Mac and you're happy with it and does what you want it to do and you're satisfied, it's not up to me to point out that you're not, that you got ripped off. I used to be a big-time Apple hater many, many years ago. In fact, I referred to Macintosh as Crapintosh. And then I got into Macs and realized there is, from somebody that's in IT, there's a certain amount of respect I now have for Apple, so much so that I bought some of their products because they do what they do very, very well. Do I believe that for me personally, I get better value out of a Windows PC? Well, you see, I bought a refurbished Alienware. I bought a refurbished Asus UX501 laptop, both Windows. I do not own a brand new Apple product. The closest thing that I have to a new Apple product right now is a 9.7-inch iPad Pro that I bought used. So I'm not trying to be vague or ambiguous, and I'm not trying to say that Apple doesn't, sometimes, depending on the individual, may not offer enough value for the money. In my case, right now, I don't see anything that offers the real value for the money, but there's certainly people who do, and I respect their decision. That's what it comes down to. You will find that I try to be a respectful person. I try to respect your decision, no matter what. So to say that you got robbed because you bought a particular piece of hardware, really? Did you? Are you happy? Are you satisfied? Compared to what? I just don't think that's a good way of doing business on my end. Let me tell you, there is true technology ripoffs out there. Really, really true technology ripoffs. For example, for the most part, extended warranties are a technology ripoff. And that's just one of many, many examples. I feel that some of the paid subscription models on some applications are a ripoff. But again, that's my personal opinion. Somebody else may argue the opposite. So I know Apple doesn't have feelings, okay? It's not about Apple. It's about the people that own Apple products. And who am I to question their decision to purchase a particular product? Because to me, computers are not a religion, they're a tool. And whatever works and does what you want to do and makes you happy, who am I to judge? When I feel like Apple's doing something inappropriate, all right, like selling 4-year-old computers like they were a while back with the old MacBook Pros, I think it was the 13-inch model with the 5,400 RPM drive, I called them out on it because that's bull. I'm not happy about how long they've let the Mac Pro go all these years without an update. But for the most part, Apple users have their thing. They know what they want. They know what they like, and it's not up to me to judge what they bought. So there you have it. I'm not being harsh on Apple, and I'm not being harsh. I'm not going to be judging people for what they spend their money on if they're happy with it. And value is in the eye of the beholder. And it's not up to me to tell you whether you made a mistake or not on a particular purchase. So hopefully that answers the question. I think that will wrap up this Q&A session for right now. Make sure to leave me questions in the comments down below. Talk to you later.